Hello everybody, good to be back with you again. This is a flight of the Mini 2 again. Still testing her to see if she is going to perform like she used to do a month and a half ago, or whether the disconnects that I was having are going to continue. The last flight I had a couple days ago, as you saw, I had very few disconnects. I had a couple dropouts, but got them right back. So we're going to try the same thing today, and we'll see how this flight goes. It's a sunny day here in KC. I think it was about 80, 84, 85 degrees when I filmed this. And we took her up. She's probably about, I don't know, close to 300 feet in the air. We're headed in a northerly direction now. Everything seems real smooth. You'll see I get a little crazy on the gimbal every once in a while, checking it out. One thing again, I did not do any adjustment on the gimbal, and you'll be able to see that the horizon is off again, which is a trait of the Mini 2. I don't know why DJI can't fix that in a firmware update, but I think they basically have devoted all of their time to the Mini 3. So the updates we're going to be getting, in fact, I think there's a new update out on the Mini 2 now. I think they're going to go by the wayside, far and few in between, as more focus is on the Mini 3. As you can see, she's flying smooth. I mean, have no problem. Everything seems to be working great. Not that far away from takeoff point. Headed over to the woods in it's actually a Department of Conservation area and a parks area that are combined. It's called Jerry Smith Park and Saker Wildlife Area. And there's a lot of deer in this area. They run Department of Conservation runs a managed deer hunt, bow hunt every year in this area, and it's a drawing. Get drawn to hunt on it. Try to keep the deer population in check. I'm coming up on looks like another high line, power line right away, and then I think this might be owned by the water department. I'm not for sure. Isn't that funny? Look at the cedar trees, how they're planted in a square there. I'm pretty sure this is a water department facility here. Not absolutely sure, but I can see it from the road that you see above it and to the left a little bit there. I drive down all the time going to the lodge I belong to. And I've always seen this up on the hillside there, but you can't drive up to it. The gate's locked. So now I know what it is and what it looks like from the air. So anyway, we were heading north. Now we're kind of drifting to the east a little bit. I'm trying to stay over the woods as much as I can. And here's another right of way, or I'm not exactly sure if this is a water right of way or what. It's cut down through the woods and heads down to that road down there. There's a lot of them on this land. There's a lot of gas lines and stuff like that they've cut through and buried on the property. And we're coming to, I think this place is a Midwest Research Institute, something like that. And I had a little shot of it in my last video. They do all kinds of plant research and extracts and stuff. A bunch of weird things are getting out of plants. And I think I have a friend that's a runner that gets some of her running vitamins from some of the plant supplements they grow there. Anyway, I'm going to follow this out. There's a manufacturing plant. I'm headed due east now. There's a manufacturing plant right there. And there's a road in front of that I drive down all the time. It goes to our lodge. And I'll be going up to that road. They've got a big gate up here with signs and cameras on it. That access road you see right there on the left side of the camera, or picture, I'm sorry. But we'll be coming up here to this road, and we'll be taking a right, kind of following down the side of the road here. A little bit of traffic. Looks like he's pulling something there. So now we're headed south. And the land on the left side of the road, the left side of the picture, that's all private property. The stuff on the right side of the picture is private property, and then it goes into the wildlife area and some of that land that the Research Institute owns. Coming up on a couple of houses here, I've got a friend that lives in this, not this first house that I'm going by now, but this house that you see now towards the bottom of the picture, the tan one or brown one, lives there, a real nice guy. I see he's not home right now. And then this is coming up. This is our Elks Lodge right here that I belong to. Nice aerial view of it. We're going to hang a right here and head back across the conservation property and the Kansas City Park property also. They combine together, or they're side to side. I think there's about 700 or 800 acres in there, probably total. Now we're headed due west. She hasn't had any problems. Right there when I went by the lodge, I lost signal for a second, but I didn't lose control of the drone, and as soon as I made the turn, I got the signal back. And the signal was strong. I think I had two small losses like that, but never did go into return to home or anything else like that. And there's a small lake down there. So she did real well this time. And I'm running on, trying to think, it's like 1.3.009 or something like that. It's not the 1.4 firmware. And the other is 1.15, I think, something like that, for the controller. Now let's see, I'm coming up on another lake here on the conservation property. A lot of catfish in that lake, like fish in that lake. They're not very big catfish, but boy, they're good eating. Channel cat. And there's the caretaker's house there on the left. He's got a house up there and stays on the property. You can see there's a lot of film and moss in the lake right now. Anytime it gets hot like that, the lake tends to turn over. The oxygen tends to turn the lake over, and the bottom comes to the top, and the lake gets just covered with moss. So here's the entrance road, and I'm following it back. And let's see. Should be seeing, okay, yeah, there's the little parking lot where I'm parked at right there. And there's a little, I don't know, shelter house there, whatever, with a picnic table on it. I'm standing right beside that, and my wife's sitting there too. So we're going to come up here, and I'm looking up into the sun, and I can't really see it. I can hear, you can hear the Mini 2 a long ways away. And I said, wait, I think I'm going by myself. So I'm trying to locate it in the sun. I turned the camera down. I said, well, I'm to the left, so I got to make a halfway decent landing here. So I know where I'm at now, so I start coming down a little bit, and I'm going to say, well, I'll tell you what, let's just get squared away here and get this landing. Anyway, ooh, I like that. I'm taking a picture of that right now, that trail cut through the tall grass there and stuff. That's kind of neat. A little abstract, but it's kind of neat. I like picking out designs like that in the woods when I'm flying, like deer trails, people trails, and just the way the woods is laid out is kind of neat. Really enjoy it. Okay, I'm at that shelter house there. You can see the little orange landing pad right there. And I'll be bringing it down now, I think. I like horsing around when I bring it down. My wife's sitting there, why don't you land that darn thing? Well, I'm having too much fun goofing around. So anyway, coming down, I said, ooh, I look like I might land right on top of that shelter house. You know, the Mini 2 doesn't have precision landing on it. I'm standing there in the shade so I can finally see what I'm doing. I do have the Mini 3 ordered, waiting like everybody else, getting it with the RC controller built in, or the display built into the controller. So we'll see how that goes if it ever gets here. I imagine it's going to be in August sometime before they get to me. So anyway, it was off. That's where it was going to come down at right there. It was off a little bit, and that's awful good since it doesn't have precision landing. You can get within 15 feet with the Mini 2, you're doing pretty good, I think. That's about the accuracy of the GPS on the thing. GPS alone. Okay, then bring it up. There's the old man. Got a big old Band-Aid on the leg. I burned my leg on my motorcycle the other day on the exhaust pipe. A 3rd-degree burn. Had a big blister about the size of an egg on there and about 1/4 inch high. Needless to say, it smarts. Still smarts a little bit, but we got her covered up. We'll just let nature take its course. Okay, the wife's going to come into view here. She's sitting there saying, are you done yet? Not quite, honey, but I will be as soon as I figure out how to land this thing. There we go, guys. Thanks for everything. Enjoy.